Hello, everybody. I am Cynthia, and as you guys know, I have a youth program called Heavenly Sent Youth, where we provide a platform for youth, pretty much allow them to come on and showcase whatever talent, they're entrepreneurs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we also look for people that are doing things for youth. So if you know someone that's doing some great things for youth, please give me a call via Facebook or look me up at Cynthia Manuel at Facebook. Facebook. Um, Without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to my guest. He goes by the name Fallon. I was looking at his Facebook page and noticed that he's a chef. And what really got my attention was the fact that he has a class for youth. I think he said it started at age 7, correct?
Age 7, yes.
Age 7. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys listen to what he has to offer. And Fallon, it's on you.
It's on me. Currently, right now, we offer a kids cooking class called Indecisive Eats Kids. The cooking class goes from the age 7 to 17. We are cooking the basics and learning how to make meals on our own. All the children in my class right now are currently between the ages of 7 to 17. And we are cooking from eggs, steaks, pasta, lasagna. We're making it all.
So, with that being said, how did you get started? Did you go to school for cooking? Is this a talent? How did you pick up cooking?
I've been in love with cooking since I was 5,
Okay.
but I did go to school for cooking. I have attended Johnson Wales University in North Miami, so I did go to school for cooking.
And how long was that program?
That program was 4 years.
Was it like a basic or?
It was a bachelor's program.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Okay, and so you said that was in what state?
North Miami.
North Miami. And so from there you came to Chicago?
No, I've been in Chicago since the 3rd grade, so I've been in Chicago for a while. But I came back to where I know food is, and my son was here, so
Smart
came
man.
back home.
Oh, so with that being said, can you let us know about Indecisive Eats? I mean, where's the location? What's your specialty? Do you provide adult classes? Do you provide personal meals?
Indecisive Eats, that's my company. We're currently out of the kitchen called 6946 South Cottage. We're actually doing cooking classes. We're doing specialty meals, private dates, dinner parties, weddings, everything. My specialty would be seafood. I do call myself the king of seafood.
Okay. So is that a restaurant or is it just the kitchen that you utilize for
It's
your
a kitchen that we utilize for the kitchen, but we also do meals out of there also.
Okay. And what's the hours of operation there?
Hours of operation are from 11 to 9 p.m.
So the name of the venue, is that also the address?
6646. Yes.
6646. And what's the name of it again?
6646.
And awesome. Do you have a website where they can reach you?
I
or-
do. ChefIEats.com.
Can you spell it in event that there's someone on here that
www.ChefIEATS.com.
Is there a phone number where you can be reached?
Phone number I can be reached is 708-238-0326. Again, the number is 708-238-0326.
Is there also a Facebook or I think Twitter? Is that the new app thing?
Twitter, it is on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay.
We're on Facebook and Twitter as Indecisive Eats. Both Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
How did you come up with the name Indecisive Eats?
I came up with the name Indecisive Eats because of women.
Say that again?
I came up with the name of Indecisive Eats because of women. Because every time you want to take a lady out to eat and you want to go on a date, she's very indecisive about what she wants to eat.
That's
so
funny.
why not give it the perfect name?
That's
Indecisive
funny and
Eats.
cute. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or...
Take it as a compliment. It has to be as a compliment today.
Okay, so about this kids class, tell us, what's the times? What's the slots? How does that work?
Currently, right now, the kids' classes are on. I have a double class on Sundays from 1 to 4 p.m. 1 to 4 p.m. And that class runs. That's a double class. That class is 20 students right now,
Okay.
and I'm the director of that class always. And we do have other chefs that come in, but currently right now, they're primarily working with me and learning basic ingredients.
So is it just a 20 participant class, or is it a larger, or
It's
you
a
take more?
I do take more.
Okay. And so is it, how many months or what's the duration of it?
Currently right now, it's just a summer program, and
Okay.
it lasted from June 30th until it'll be over August 18th.
June 30th to August 18th. Awesome. So is there like a curriculum? Is there every day? Is it a different food or?
Every day is a different curriculum. When the kids started the program, we did split them into groups.
Okay.
And so by them being split to groups, they was able to come up with their own menus. And their menus that they came up with was an appetizer, entree, and a dessert. And so from that menu, they're learning how to cook those items. So at the end of the session, they'll be able to cook it for their parents and family.
Awesome. So at the end, do you have like a, what do you call it? Like on TV, you know how they will have chefs or people?
We have a blind taste test with the parents.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And of course, it's co-ed, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And we were talking out in the hallway, an event that that the times don't work out for adults or whomever that's interested. You did say in the fall you'll be coming up with a different time slot.
I will be coming up with a different time slot coming in the fall and two different days.
Okay. What days? Just
Looking at Saturday,
Okay.
Saturday and also Friday.
Saturday. And do you have children?
Yes, I do.
And you did mention that your kids are a part of this.
One of my oldest son, he is a part of the program.
Now, is he forced or is this something he wants to do?
This is something he wants to do.
That's awesome. It always makes a difference when kids want to do something. Even with my program, I deal with a lot of kids, and I pretty much try to provide a platform for them to whereas they can be kids. You know, so often kids don't really get to be kids, you know, because of the environment, because of mom's work schedule. So I grab a bunch of kids and I just take them whatever. And at times I have kids that don't want to be a part, so I think it's very important that kids want to do some of the activities, you know, that we are pretty much trying to guide them to, because from my experience, if a kid wants to do it, he or she will succeed in as far as parents tell them, oh, do this because I do this. Next question. So do you do adult classes?
I am going to start adult classes.
Okay. So as far as the, I think you said the intimate sessions, can that be done at the restaurant?
Yes, it can be done at the restaurant.
So can you tell me the hours again?
The hours right now are currently spread out and open.
Okay.
But the hours are operation. We do start at early as 9 a.m.
Wow.
all the way to 10 p.m.
9 to 10. Okay,
Yes.
so in event someone wanted to do a later date, is that not an option? 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock?
It is an option to do a later date if they
Okay.
decide to do it. We can't stay open late for them.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. And so you said you're the only chef there?
Yes.
Interesting. Are you looking for other chefs or?
Currently right now we're not looking for other chefs.
Okay.
I am looking for some line cooks and a couple of more people because we're going to actually make this place something more than it is because it's a
awesome.
venue spot right now.
Okay. Oh, so if someone wanted to have a venue there, they could utilize the
They
facility
can utilize
as
the
well as.
facility and they can also get me as a chef or bring in their own food.
That's awesome. Okay. I'm excited because I'm not good in the kitchen. I mean, not so much good in the kitchen. I don't have the time, and I've been trying to figure out ways to implement this in my schedule. And like I told you in the hallway, it'll be cool for my son to take part in this course, to whereas I can do what I need to do, and I can at least come home and get something that he didn't put together.
I'll make sure that he gets something. I'll make sure he can get you gourmet noodles.
Did y'all hear he said gourmet noodles?
Gourmet
We
noodles.
do not eat noodles in my house. I'm sorry, but we do not eat noodles.
Listen, once you try gourmet noodles, you'll be like this. Wait, what am I missing in my life?
I don't know if he's serious right now.
I'm very serious.
Are you serious?
I'm very. Gourmet noodles are hot.
Okay. Anyhow, moving right along. In the hallway, you mentioned that the kids are doing eggs.
Yes. Every day we walk in, the kids have to decide what type of egg they want to do. So we've started off the first class. We initially started off doing scrambled eggs. So all of my kids know how to make a soft scrambled egg, which will actually turn out the best way without the seasoning and everything. And even my 7-year-olds can make us go over the stove without any help
Wow.
and make a soft scrambled egg or a fried egg.
So how many stoves do you have at this facility?
Currently, right now, we have 2 stoves in the
Okay.
facility.
And
2 stoves and a flat top.
Oh, okay, and you're able to maintain all 20 children?
Yes.
That's dope.
We take time, we take turns, we're learning instructions. So it's still a structured environment, just like we're in school.
That's
So
awesome.
it's still a learning environment.
Okay. So, do these kids have the opportunity to possibly work with you in the near future?
These kids have the opportunity to work with me in the near future. These kids also, I told my kids when I started the program, I'm looking for that one standout student. That one standout student I will work with personally. And if that child does want to go on MasterChef Junior or go into any cooking competition, I will still work with them all to push them and help them with their dreams.
Now, is that are there places out there to where kids can showcase?
There's a lot of places.
Really?
There's a lot of places that kids can showcase what their abilities are. And I tell everyone, social media can take a kid anywhere. YouTube takes a kid anywhere. I don't even have a YouTube channel, but I just started mine, and it's already subscribers. And I'm looking like, wow, how did that even happen? And it was like, oh, because you cook, so they follow you just for food.
Wow, that's impressive. So, how long have you been in your? How long have you, or maybe I should say, when did you start the Indecisive Eats?
Indecisive Eats was birthed 3 years ago.
Okay.
Indecisive Eats grew from Jacob's Catering. Jacob's Catering was the original company that I started when I first decided I wanted to do catering and any types of food. And so I was like, I love it, I like it, but I want something more. So I decided to change the name, do a revamp on the whole company, and chose to go ahead and make it larger than it is now.
So, what were you doing previously, or maybe I should say, what were you doing before Jacob's Catering, right?
Yeah, before Jacob's Catering, I helped open a few restaurants. I ended up helping open quite 3 restaurants here in Chicago.
Awesome.
One is still currently open. I love them dearly. I still stop by.
Okay.
And then also, I still was working in the food industry. That's all I've done.
At what point did you decide you wanted to not work for someone else and just venture on your own?
Right after the birth of my last child, of my 3rd child.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
That was almost 2 years ago.
So how long have you worked for someone in the hospitality environment?
I've worked for someone in the hospitality environment for the last 17 years.
Wow. 17 years. So what advice would you give someone who's...
Don't be afraid to start at the bottom. Just because you start as a dishwasher, or you start anywhere in the kitchen, you can move all the way up from starting in the kitchen to being an executive chef. You don't have to say, oh, I have to go to school for it. You don't always have to believe that, oh, I have to go to college, I have to do anything. You can go from being a line cook, a busboy, to being an executive chef. As long as you're willing to learn and put in the work, it's one of the best jobs in the world. It takes a lot of scars and pain, but it's worth it.
And I have a friend who's taking a free course at some venue, and she often goes Facebook Live and give tips on simple stuff as far as like sanitation, the importance of sanitation, the importance of not cross-contaminating foods or even washing dishes, in a clean environment.
Yes.
So could you give us some tips on food preparation?
Food preparation, basic tips on food preparation. Stop cross-contaminating, making sure that you're not handling multiple items at one time. I know that a lot of people decide that they want to cook maybe a chicken and shrimp Alfredo. Just because you're cooking both of those items at the same time, you're not washing your hands in between the handle and the shrimp or the chicken, and you're contaminating the other item. And by doing so, you can mess up your own stomach and catch something.
Wow, that's so. Can you break down exactly what cross-contamination is for those out there that don't know?
Cross-contamination is basically you're poisoning the other food. So basically, if I'm cutting onions on one cutting board and then I don't wash it off, no, I'm cutting meat on a cutting board, I don't wash it off and decide to cut onions. If I'm using the onions for a different dish, it might be salmonella on the chicken. So what's the juice and everything that's left off of there is now contaminated on there. So you will have to move that over. You have to wash your hands in between every time you decide to cook something different, and change gloves if you're using gloves in the house.
So you suggest to use gloves in the house?
I use gloves in the house.
Really? I've never seen anyone use gloves in the house, so that's good to know. So what about the sink preparation? Because I know a lot of times we'll go to someone's house and they've got the meat all over the sink. They got it all over the counter.
The worst thing possible.
Really?
The worst thing possible.
Y'all hear that?
Because how often do you clean out your sink? How often do you bleach your sink? Most people are like, oh, pour bleach in it. Yeah, that does not work. You still have to clean, sanitize, and then prep it. So cleaning food, seasoning food in your sink is not worth it at all.
So what's a proper sink sanitation?
There's no proper sink sanitation. It's washing with soap and water.
Okay.
Then adding bleach and cleaning with bleach. That's sanitizing your sink. But at the same time, you want to season your food and clean your food in pans or in a bowl.
So you're saying when you're doing meat, have your meat on the platter and then put it in the sink as opposed to having it...
No, have it in a bowl. Take it out the plastic or where, however you got your meat package. If you got it in a plastic bag from a grocery store,
Okay.
Take it out that bag and dump it into a bowl. And then if you rinsing your meat off, I know the big scandal right now of washing your meat. Yeah, I wash my meat. I don't know. I've been taught it. Culinary has taught to wash your meat.
Okay.
But also, it works.
Hey, wait a minute. Somebody just cooked me steak and they didn't wash it. And I sat there and watched them prepare it and they didn't wash it.
They didn't wash it at all?
No, they did.
They didn't rinse it off?
They did not.
Straight out the package?
Yes. Oh. And you know what? Honestly, it might be why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling.
It might be because you got to think about it. I don't know what what the tray is touched or anything. So.
And then with that being said, the meat is coming from the back of the meat house. So they're cutting it up and then they put it in a wrap and then they're putting it out there.
And you don't know if they did any cross-contamination in the back.
Wow. That's scary.
So, wash your meat.
That's okay.
Mince meat, maybe not.
What kind of meat?
Mince meat. Ground beef, ground turkey.
Okay. Because, right, once you wash it up, it get all soggy. And
Yeah.
So what's your favorite? Oh, you did mention that your favorite dish was seafood.
Yes, I'm a seafood head. I'm from New Orleans, so I love seafood. Crab legs and crawfish.
So will you be teaching the kids seafood?
I cannot teach the kids seafood. I'm so sad that I can't because I have 2 kids in my class currently right now that are allergic.
So
and I'm like,
So am I.
I was asking the parents, I'm like, can y'all bring an EpiPen so we can just go ahead and poke them?
Are you serious, right?
I'm serious. I love seafood. I have other kids in the program that want to do seafood, so I might have them stay at home or something.
He said,
so,
bring the pen and poke them.
Bring the EpiPen. Give him some Benadryl. We go make seafood. Like, I want to cook seafood.
Interesting. So, they just opened, we're not going to say names, but they just opened a new seafood restaurant in Chicago. And I seen you make a post saying that you're going to set up across the street and show them what real seafood.
Yeah, I said I was gonna post up across the street from them, showing what real seafood is. But I've been talking to my business partners and all of my friends. It's like that would not be the best option. So
it will not be the best option.
We're not going to go to the seafood place that's on the west side that just opened.
Good.
So you guys can come to Indecisive Eats and get all your seafood.
So let me ask you this. So when is the taste, like for instance, if I wanted to come and see how the food tastes, when do you do that? What's it called? A tasting?
A tasting? We book tastings. So you can book tastings online. If you're having an event and you decide that you want to book a tasting, you can always book online and do a tasting and say, hey, this is what I want to have, and we make the whole dish and come in for a tasting and we sit down and go over your menu and we could change it to your liking.
So it sounds like all you guys missing is a bartender.
Got one of those. We have a bartender.
We got it all, y'all. There you go.
Got a bartender.
If you are looking for, if you're taking your significant other on a date and you don't want to cook or don't want to go to a restaurant, or now, even, what, I just
we do it
thought
at
about
home
something.
too.
Oh, you come to the house?
I come to the house.
You said you come to the house, y'all.
Come to the house and we go, we got picnics also. I do picnics.
He said, oh, I seen the picture.
Yeah.
Please look at his Facebook page. It's called Indecisive Eats. And he had this picture up there. I think it was in a park with the blanket and all the stuff. I was like,
the blanket,
oh,
the mimosas, the fruit, the chicken and waffles. Actually, I'm going live on next Monday.
So,
I have a couple that's doing a sunrise picnic.
And they okay with you going live on that? Oh, that's awesome.
It's stipulations. We can depend on your relationship status.
Okay.
You say we can video. If not, we won't.
So do you have like this little cart that you get full of like stoves and hot plates and stuff that
We
you
have
cook?
it all.
Are you serious?
We go with everything we need. We've able to go inside the hotel rooms and put a whole kitchen in there. I put a whole kitchen
That's
outside.
impressive. That's impressive. When is this live gonna happen?
Next Sunday.
Because I'll be definitely looking.
Next
forward
Sunday
to
at
seeing that.
5:30 a.m.
Wow. Okay, you got me thinking. I may need to call you guys up to do something nice for somebody, whoever he may be.
Special someone, best friend, lovers and friends. Who knows?
So, with we talked about the cross contamination. So as far as the side dishes, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite side dish?
My favorite side dish would probably be loaded mash and asparagus.
Loaded mash and asparagus. Okay, so I had steak that wasn't washed. Yeah, I know. I had steak that wasn't washed. And he did asparagus. And so I watched him cut the asparagus, the end part of it, I think. The end part of the asparagus.
The tips.
The tips.
Okay.
Then I've seen him wash it off, rinse it off. And then he put them in a pan with some water.
Okay.
He put them in a pan with some water. He let them boil until the water was green. And he said that because they put some type of, I don't know, some type of spray on the fruit at the fruit market. And so he let it boil. And then once it turned green, he showed it to me. Then he pulled it out. Then he shook up the pan a little bit. And then he had this mix of butter and some other stuff that he put together and put it on there. It wasn't crunchy. I think I've only had asparagus twice, and I wanted to try it again. And so it wasn't crunchy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, is there how
The easiest way? With Indecisive Eats, we normally use all organic foods, so we don't have to worry about the pesticides and all of that that's included. So with that, the easiest way to cook asparagus for me is a hot pan, oil, salt and pepper.
Are you serious?
Serious. 2 minutes.
So you don't boil? You don't boil?
No. You still want to have that crunch. Boiling, it takes that crunch out.
Exactly.
And you want that crunch and snap as soon as you bite into it.
So you just pour oil?
A little bit of olive oil.
In the pan?
In the pan.
Put the asparagus in there?
Asparagus in there and season with salt and pepper.
And just shake the pot?
Just shake it. I'm
gonna try that tonight. So son, if you're looking, we're gonna have some asparagus without the water this time. No, but nothing against the individual that was so nice to prepare dinner for me. You know, everybody got their own method.
Everybody has their own method.
And so it's always nice to get input on others, because I want to be this master chef one of these days. So I need to hear. That's why I was eager to bring you on.
So we could do fake and bake classes also.
Fake and bake.
Fake and bake.
What that mean?
All right, so
fake and bake.
no, we have a date special. It's called Fake and Bake.
Okay.
And the Fake and Bake special is we come to the house, make the full meal for the couple, the family, or whatever. But we leave it so that you're pretending that you're cooking in the kitchen. Fake and bake. Everything fully made. We leave the dishes there for you to wash, and we walk out the back door. Nobody would ever know.
That's cute. I think we're gonna talk about that after this is over. Okay.
I had a couple that actually used the Fake and Bake program for a year long. I don't think that her husband ever found out that she couldn't cook.
Oh, that's funny. Well, there's a will, there's a way, right?
Always.
Exactly. And as they say, if it's something you can't do, you better look on YouTube or get on Facebook, because there's somebody out there that could do what you think you can't. That's funny, Fake and Bake. So when you come into houses, are you bringing your own dishes? Because I don't.
We bring our own dishes. Okay. We bring our own pots. We bring the decorations.
Really?
Yes.
Because I don't think I got fancy dishes. I think I got probably Walmart dishes.
Walmart dishes are fancy?
Oh, okay. Well, let me sit up there. Let me sit up there.
Sometimes you just got to go in the right section. Go to Home Goods. Okay. Home Goods got good dishes.
Okay, well, I know. Well, at least I got the good dishes. Okay. Is there... No, maybe that's not a good question. So, you said asparagus. And so, do you guys do like wine pairing?
We do wine pairing.
Because I think I seen that on one of your So with that being said, how do I hear people say, "Oh, you pair this wine with this meat and this meat." How does that work?
That works. That's actually a little bit testy and a little bit hard because different wines go with different meals, and because it goes, you have to think about all the sides that are with it and also the meat. So it's kind of a trial and tribulation, a trial and error.
Okay.
And so I always contact one of my good friends that is a sommelier, a wine expert. So he's always telling me, okay, this was what's the meal. We ask the meal, go forward from there, and he tell me what's the perfect wine for it.
Really?
So
He's kind of like a wine connoisseur.
he's a wine connoisseur, and he gets paid just to know about wine.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
all he does.
So, what would be an ideal meal outside of seafood? So, if outside of seafood, what would be your next favorite dish to cook?
My next favorite dish to cook, would definitely be douce glaze lamb chops.
Douce glaze? What's douce glaze?
Douce the alcohol?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Douce glazed lamb chops.
Douce glaze. You know, I've never had lamb chops ever. And I went to a friend's house and they put some meat on the tray and I thought it was ribs. And so, you know, I ate them and they was pretty tasty. And then after the fact, it was like, how was it? I'm like, oh, that was delicious. Give me some more. It's like, those are lamb chops. And I was like, are you serious? Oh, and I want to throw up only because
Why?
I knew the name of it. I don't know, because I really don't like to try a lot of different foods because I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. And so I'd be like, no, I don't want that. Or no, don't give me that. Like, I'm not even a real big on salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper is one of the easiest ingredients to use and to make some of the perfect meat, especially steak and lamb chops. Anything that's really gamey, that's the perfect seasoning. You wouldn't
Really?
need anything else. With lamb chops, only seasoned with salt and pepper and my special blend.
So is there, okay, so what is you use the iodized salt? I think I'm pronouncing it right. The iodized salt, and then there's like the
No,
sea
we
salt or
we
something.
use sea salt.
Okay, that's supposed to be a better grade,
Yes.
right?
So we use sea salt and cracked black pepper, a little oil, and my secret seasoning, and it's good to go.
Really?
Yes.
So douce lamb chop.
Douce
What
glaze,
size?
douce glazed lamb chops with loaded mash.
I like
And
mash.
take out the loaded mash. Let's do a baked mac and fresh broccoli.
So is it safe to say that you can meal prep? So
I can meal prep.
Okay.
We also do meal prep.
that's interesting because I'm trying to start this diet, and I'm still trying to figure out what to eat and what not to eat. So I need some accountability and assistance with that. Other than that, I'm
Yes,
keep
we do
stopping at
meal
the
prep. I
restaurant.
also have a buddy that does fitness, so put you in a double whammy.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. So with that being said, I want to thank you tremendously, profusely for coming out at such a short notice. I hope that we have a business relationship now because I need you for my son. I need you for myself. I don't know. I'm too cool to be doing that mock stuff you talking about because I ain't. But we'll talk about that later. Though.
Listen, I'm gonna do a dating class. That's gonna be couples cooking class.
Okay.
So you can bring significant other.
Okay.
Y'all can cook a meal together.
Now I like that
and it'll work out.
because that way I won't know if he can cook, and that way he won't know if I can cook.
Right, and then it would be a dish that y'all would never cook at home.
Won't he do
And
it?
so it'd be like, ooh, we want to learn something new.
Last but not least, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
To the 3-piece spicy.
3-piece spicy.
All three of my kids,
Oh, that's cute.
Taylor, Kennedy, and Tyrese.
Oh, as always, I want to thank my mother and my grandmother for being such a tremendous support system for me. My son, who's not feeling well, went to camp and got sick in the water. For him, he's my motivation, and for God, just being ahead of my life. And I guess that concludes. You guys be safe out there. And again, check out Indecisive Eats. He's got a lot of stuff going on. And if you have anyone that wants to be on the show in regards to doing something great for kids, or even the kids that's doing something talented, please contact us. You can find me at Cynthia Manuel on Facebook. Until next week, see you guys later.